Find out real quickly. Good morning. Welcome to, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's Hot Takes Party 4 time. And it's week 20.
Oh, God.
20.
We're adults. We're adults.
We're
Like
adulting.
full on grown up. Yeah.
Like,
We're
Really?
responsible.
Wait. 20 is full on grown up. Really?
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
We
legit.
might be immature adults.
Yeah.
What adults?
I wouldn't say 28 is a full on grown up.
What?
You can get arrested as an adult at 20. Is that what you mean? But it doesn't mean you function as a
Yeah, no, you
full-grown
can't.
adult.
You can't function as a full grown adult.
I was sitting on the beach the other day with my mother, and I was saying, like, I asked her, did you feel old, like at my age? Like, do you feel your age? Because I don't feel like, I look at her and I'm like, I still feel like I'm your kid, like I am your kid, but like, I don't feel like I could possibly be as old as I am, and she's like, yeah, I think that's just normal. It's always in retrospect when you look back at your life. And I think of like when my mom was my age, like how, I don't know, it's the putting it in perspective. So anyway, 20 is a good year. 21 was
20.
a better one.
Next
Yeah,
week.
21 is going to be
a big one.
good.
Yeah, we need we have to toast. We have to have a mimosa or something.
Keg.
We're gonna legally be allowed to drink. So
Yeah, we could all get, since it's kind of during the workday, we could all get NA beers.
There you go.
What does NA stand for?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Oh,
I'll
man.
be next week. I will be on the road in my vehicle, so I may forgo the NA beer.
Yeah, I would not recommend to
Yeah.
drink while you're driving next week. That would not be a good thing.
O'Doul's, pounding in O'Doul's at 10 a.m. Oh,
Nice. Well, welcome to everybody watching, listening, following along. Chris Thies up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're joined by Madison Mastro in Chicago, soon to be Ohio. We have the beautiful Kim Myers from South Florida. And then we got Gabriel Jordan out in the desert.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
How's everybody's week going so far?
Very
little
good.
tired.
Very
Can you
good.
guys see
Very
the
good.
circles?
I love it because we're all like, previous to starting this, for all of you listening, we're all just like, man, this is a rough week. Like, we gotta get through this, but we're gonna make the best of it. It's the end of June. We got 4th of July around the corner. We got things going on.
Hamilton's first birthday.
It's
Oh
what?
no.
I didn't
July
send a
2nd.
gift.
It's okay. You'll see pictures. Just wish him a happy birthday from afar.
Did you say Greg's birthday?
No, Hamilton's.
Hamilton.
You miss Hamilton.
First birthday. Greg, who cares about him?
Yeah, there you go. Hamilton's birthday. Oh my
Are
gosh.
you throwing a party?
A potty. No,
Oh
no
my-
party. No party. No party. I'm going to take him to the beach.
You are buying him gifts though, right?
Of course. And probably balloons.
Oh, no party. Gifts, balloons, and outing.
Yeah. Maybe a steak.
But man, he's a dog.
Chris, these dog parents these days.
They're
Listen,
crazy.
I don't have human children.
What, you want one?
Yeah.
You got a couple to spare?
One of
Yeah,
mine.
they're already raised. They don't poop themselves.
Hey, my oldest could lift some stuff, to help you move. Like,
Hey,
I'll
if
ship
she
her
wants
down.
to come build some boxes, she and Big Greg can come help me load the U-Haul.
I love it. Well, this week on the podcast, episode 20, we are going to talk a little bit about sustainability. And being eco-conscious. What does that mean to us? What are we seeing out there in the industry? I think this is a topic that has exploded, I would say, in the last 12 to 18 months for sure. I can remember back to my early, I'll call it Rivers End trading days, 10 years ago, when we had like an eco-conscious polo and it never sold. It sat there. Everybody was like, it's too expensive. I don't care what it's made out of. And now people are like, I'll pay more if that has recycled polyester in it. Like, what do you got? I only want eco-conscious products. So it's interesting to see the huge shift in a relatively short period of time, 5 to 10 years, 12 to 18 months. So Alpha Broder's doing a lot of different things in the eco sector or sustainability sector. We're looking at green initiatives for the company and how we can cut down on waste and things like that. What are you guys feeling out there? What are your thoughts on it, just to kind of broadly kick it off?
Yeah, so it definitely during the the change of the world, it's been initiatives that we've seen across the board, not only in our industry but in retail. And I too recall years ago at Bodick and Rhodes, us coming out with an organic cotton polo shirt and t-shirt. And the t-shirt was fabulous. It was really soft cotton. I still have a couple of them, but it was the same thing, Chris. Everybody wanted it until they heard how much it cost.
Right.
And that was just, organically grown cotton, fabrics. So now, the first, that was really our first go at it as far as my world, and it quickly waned. But in this time of everybody looking, I guess, differently at their lives, we see a shift where people want to hold on, maybe buy less, but keep better quality, and they want to hold on to things a little bit longer. So Alpha Broder's created this green initiative. We have a team called the Green Team. There's going to be a lot of cool things coming down the pike, and we're partnering with a lot of our vendors that are already focused on sustainability, and it'll be a big portion of our website soon to come.
Yeah, I think Chris, your time frame was fairly accurate. I think you said in the 12 to 18 months. I can remember on the hard goods side, 9 years ago, when we attempted the eco-friendly products, and of course, like you said, 99 out of 100 times clients would look at the price and they'd move on. And it's like, I look at it like starting a lawnmower, right? Like the old days when you had to pull the cord and it ramps up and then it comes down, and it ramps up and it comes down. But I think we're at a point, over the last 10 years where most of our vendors have some sort of green initiative, and they're coming out with stuff, and they're recreating stuff. So the product is eco-friendly. And I think we're at a point where we're all on board, and it's just been in the past year and a half. And it's interesting to see the industry move that direction. And it's no longer, well, that's too expensive, or I don't want to pay that. I'm looking for the cheapest. So I really like where our industry and the country as a whole, to be quite frank, from fast food industries to even in construction, they're looking at ways to build housing more eco-friendly. So I really like the direction of the country, and being a pioneer for our industry at Alpha Broder.
I said this, I think, last time we talked about something along these lines. I don't remember a time where we weren't conscious about sustainability or the eco trend that's happening. And I read an article on LinkedIn a couple months ago, and I actually found it this morning. And there was a quote in there, and it said, "Sustainability is no longer a trend, but a business imperative." And it is so true across all facets of our life. We have our vegan products. People are going meatless. Kim, you mentioned organic. Gabe, your electric cars. products from recycled materials. And with millennials making up so much of the workforce right now, it's not a trend. It's just we are all moving towards trying to save the earth and do things better for us, the consumers, and this beautiful earth that we live on. And we're really seeing a huge shift, not only in the apparel and hard goods space, but everywhere, like you said, Gabe, construction, cars, everything. So it's definitely not a trend anymore. And I really, really like that quote. And I'm going to start using it in my presentations because it really stuck with me and kind of, struck me as something that, you don't really think about it as it's imperative for us to keep moving forward.
Do any of you remember when, well, obviously not Madison, because she said she doesn't recall a time that she didn't, but I was trying to think of when we actually, as a country or a community, started recycling. And I couldn't recall. I mean, clearly in my lifetime when I was a kid, that nobody recycled and everything was in styrofoam. So, the world has obviously vastly changed, but and does anybody know that information when we really, as consumers at home, started recycling? Do you think it was like the 90s?
So yes, it was the 90s. And I remember when we got our first recycle bin trash can they brought over. And then you had, well, why do we have two and they're different colors and you got to put different things in different thing, or different products in different trash bins. But yeah, I would say, I'm going to take a stab and say 93, 94 is when when I remember that I had to, when I go out to the trash, I got to make sure the milk container is in this trash bin and the other, regular trash is the other trash bin. So yeah, it's, again, like I said in the beginning, it's been a slow ramp up. And we've had some peaks and valleys, but as a society, we are doing better. And look what Maddie said; she doesn't remember a time, and I think that's great. And my kids, and I have kids in their early 20s, they don't remember a time when it wasn't like this. And it's only going further and further. We're at that age, Kim and Chris, where we remember the old days and now we remember the new days. But I do like the fact that my kids are growing up in a world where it's just what you do.
The norm.
Yeah.
Although I do find it interesting, and I don't want to go off on a recycling tangent, but how different it is in each community. And I wonder why there's not more standardization to it, because like right now I'm in New Jersey, and the way we recycle here is different than the way we recycle in Florida and the way that we recycle in Philadelphia. And my brother and sister-in-law are here from Delaware. And it's like, okay, do you commingle this, or do you separate this and try to navigate that all? And I think it would be so much easier for whatever reason why we don't have just an across the board standardization and then everybody knows what to do all the time. But anyway.
In due time, I would guess in due time that'll happen, right?
Yeah, it's things I've been noticing, like I've noticed people on the beach. My family does. If we're out and there's a plastic bottle rolling down, we pick it up. We don't let that go out to sea. I must have picked up 3 Mylar balloons, floating down the beach this week alone, but we do that. But I've noticed a lot of people do that. There are people who walk along the beach with a bag, and as they find trash, they pick it up. Like you would never have seen that in the 80s.
Agree.
Or at least I never.
Agree.
No, you just see styrofoam cups getting tossed over shoulders. Like,
Yeah.
All right. No, I think I agree with you 100%. It's interesting, Maddie, for you to hear you say, like, I don't remember a time when there wasn't, like all of our kids now are going to feel that way. Like I get, I don't want to say yelled at, but I get reminded every time I go to throw something away by my oldest daughter. Now she goes, Dad, that's recycling. and put that in the bin. And I'm like, yes, you're correct. or there's been times where like she'll open up a trash can. We've got one of those trash cans in the kitchen where it's garbage and then recycling right behind it. She'll open it up and she'll pull it out and go, Dad, this is not garbage. And she'll throw it in the recycling bin. And I'm like,
wow.
That's why I have you. Yep, that's great. But so yeah, I mean I was kind of wondering, like, when does the conversation switch where we stop calling it a trend? And to your point, Maddie, it's just everyday life. Look at companies, corporate initiatives, and apparel brands, and any kind of brand. On their website, they have some sort of corporate sustainability, section, or what they're doing to better the environment, whether it's putting in solar panels for, electrical, consumption, and in being sustainable that way, or it's, cutting down on the amount of paper. I mean, for the longest time, everybody thought sustainability was all about just save the trees. That's all we got to do is save the
I
tree.
remember that. Yep.
Like, stop printing everything.
Yeah.
And now it's so much more than that. It's not just paper, it's plastics, and it's all kinds of different things. And it's water. How can you reuse water and purify it and things like that? So it's been a
And
fun,
fabrics.
yeah, fabrics, exactly.
Yep.
Fabrics, recycling fabrics and things like that. I mean, to hear some of our partners that we have talk about what they're doing to be more sustainable, or using recycled polyester, or using BCI, Better Cotton Initiative, which we'll touch on a little bit later in our PSA. But it's kind of a fun ride, I mean, to kind of see where we're going and what we're doing. I mean, I hope to someday, maybe ride in Gabriel's Tesla, so that I know what it feels like.
It's quite a feeling. It's quite a feeling.
Is it a 4-seater? We could all fit.
Episode.
Yeah.
We could all fit.
Yeah.
I did order the
Shotgun.
Damn it.
It's. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I think next Vegas PPAI, it's about as close as we're gonna get. Gabriel's gonna pick us up from the airport.
I'll bring it down. But when you talk about the brands that we have, it's really nice that we have options. There was some options that several vendors of ours came out with options just this year. Marmot comes to mind. We talked about Threadfast, even Gildan. I mean, and we talked to our vendors, from Bella to Next Level to to even an Under Armour, where if they don't have something now, or if they have a minimal offering, they have initiatives like we do to make sure a certain portion of their product line is sustainable, is eco-friendly. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be stepping out of line here, but I believe it was Marmot that said this might have been on a retail announcement, over the next 7 years, they want 100% of their brand to be sustainable. So, an interesting turn of events, if certain brands start to go that way, like we said, there are generations, these kids growing up, that's all they're gonna know. They're gonna say, this is, what do you mean? You guys had stuff that wasn't sustainable? That'll happen at some point. And so.
I mean, it seems like every week we meet with a vendor,
right.
The sales team meets with a vendor, and every vendor, like you're saying, part of their discussion now is always about this subject. And some are way further ahead of the game. Some Alpha Broder has pushed them to move faster, because we've told them this is going to be an initiative on our end, and some of these brands and products are going to be highlighted and spotlighted. So get on the train while the train's on the tracks and moving fast. But yeah, every vendor we meet with has some level of conversation around the subject. And it's not just all about, on the hard goods side, I always thought it was, paper straws. That was and now, the more I'm learning, you learn about, the different products out there that are also, more environmentally friendly from a hard goods side, because don't don't murder me for saying it, but let's face, a lot of it, was always looked at as kind of eventually landfill.
Landfill. That's right. That's right.
So hopefully that, we'll keep moving in the direction where that's not the case.
Yeah, and to your point, Kim, we're expanding our eco line on Primeline, the Primeline side. We have an eco-friendly mop topper. Gabe, I don't know if that's the mop topper you're holding, but
A wheat straw one.
We
Yeah.
the wheat straw mop topper.
Yep.
I know Chris. Yeah, Chris has it, right?
Yeah, he definitely has it.
Had it. I got the regular one.
Yeah, it looks like it. You can pretend
But
it's
the wheat straw
I
one
can
has
tell
a
you
little
this
bit
is
of
wheat. I should have
a
said
little
this
bit
was
of
wheat
fleck
straw.
to it, and
Yeah.
you can tell. So yeah, it's when it's interesting when you talk about some of those things. I mean, you think of like cork, and you think of fabric and different things like that are water bottles. And getting rid of plastic water bottles. We're using and reusing stainless steel water bottles more and more, and cutting down on plastic consumption and stuff like that. So it's one of the things that I thought was also pretty interesting statistic out there is, I'll throw a couple of stats at you here. Over 60% of millennials look to purchase from eco-sustainable companies, which does not surprise me. And then about 77% of the world's population, I think that's world's, might be US population, I don't know, want to learn how to live more sustainably. I was like, wow, that seems really high to me.
I'm going to go with America on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
There are
let's go
people
with America
who are
on
just
that one.
trying to survive.
Yeah, okay, let's go. I can live with that. I can live with that. Yeah, America,
like, what?
77%.
I gotta. Okay, yeah, we'll go.
That's
with
a big number.
That's a big number.
Like
Columbus is a smart city. I don't know if you guys know that. My future hometown. They are
what does that mean?
adopting climate.
Did you say smart?
Yeah, what does that mean? Smart.
It's a smart city. So they want to be carbon neutral by the year 2050, and they are installing the solar panels. They want you to drive electric cars. They're installing like all of these electric car chargers, all these climate technologies to help with climate change. So they are able to renew all of the energy and use it to make the city a smart city, which is really cool. I'm still trying to learn about it. I've never seen it before, but it's the way that the world's going.
I love
America.
I love how they called themselves smart. Let's call ourselves smart when we do these things.
Yeah, and they spelled it like Homer Simpson, SMRT. That's how they call it, the smart city, SMRT. Yeah.
It must stand for something.
Yeah,
probably.
That makes
probably.
More sense.
And I'm guessing the
sustainability.
Sustainable.
Yeah.
Recyclable.
We love acronyms. Love them.
Yeah. I got to do some more research on that, but it's pretty cool.
It is cool. It is cool.
So another fun fact: 80% of what gets thrown away could be recyclable. That's crazy to me.
So clarify. So you're saying it doesn't get recycled, but it
doesn't get
be?
Recycled. 80% of what's thrown away doesn't get recycled, and it could be.
Meaning,
why can't we fix that?
80% of what's sitting in your landfill right now could technically have gone into
have been
recycled
or could have done something.
Why can't we fix that at the when it gets to the destination?
Waste management.
No, and I don't mean to be funny, but I'm serious. I mean, listen. So let's say Americans aren't doing their job. 80% of the stuff they're not recycling. Shouldn't we head that off when we actually get the product, or we're just moving forward and just running it over with the tractor? If you've been to a landfill anytime recently, which I have, so
funding. I don't know.
Get a bunch of people to get out there and start picking through the landfill.
Hey, we can't even get people to pick orders, man. We aren't going to get people to pick the landfills.
All right, wishful thinking.
But some good stats,
Very good stats.
So do you all look for, like when you're shopping, do you look for eco-friendly product? I know, like there's some things that have started to become habit that weren't before, like taking my grocery bags to the grocery store, things like that, shopping for organic product and shopping for, foods that are, created in a more sustainable and healthier manner. So like those are the types of habits that I have. I haven't gone full, like on our green team, there's some team members at Alpha Broder who are like amazing in what they do. Like they don't use any, like personal products that come in plastic bottles. And like, I'm not there. I still use paper plates. But I
I love a
definitely,
paper plate.
I love a paper plate.
I love a
too.
paper plate.
just
Oh.
sign me up.
That's,
but I feel
that's
so I
the
feel
wrong
like-
answer for a
I
sustainable
know.
episode.
I know. I'm just kidding. That was my April
No,
Fool's joke.
I'm not kidding. But Kim, so my first
I'm being
to your-
honest. I'm being
to
honest.
your no, absolutely. To your question, you asked, and my first reaction was no. I don't look for that stuff. But you know what? We only look for eco-friendly cleaning products for the house.
Right.
So so it's on a subconscious level at this point. I didn't remember saying, "Hey, we're only going to start buying, eco-friendly cleaning supplies," but we do now. So it's slowly trickling into, to my lifestyle.
And
Still have
I
a
think
paper
I
plate.
started looking for them more from what my body is consuming standpoint, like to lessen the chemicals and like things, like I'm a kid of the 80s. The damage is probably done. But, the products that I used back then, I would never, like using deodorant with antiperspirant, with metals, and like none of that I would put on my body or my child's body now. So it's like those brands that create a better product for ourselves tend to also create better packaging and things like that.
Right.
But like I said, I'm not like, I know there's people on our team that, like that will use products that don't come in any plastic. And I'm like, wow, that's great. I'm too vain to totally let go of the actual product. Like I still want it to perform in the way that I want, that the packaging may go out the window on that one. But I think underlying, we're moving in that direction.
I got a challenge for all of us.
Oh, boy.
All of us for 1 month need to change something that we normally buy that's in a plastic container. I don't know. We all get to pick our own individual item, but something that's regularly purchased, we all have to change the way we purchase that one item for at least a month.
Okay.
Challenge
And then
accepted.
I'm going to make a note, and in 4 episodes, in 4 weeks, we're going to talk about this briefly, and I'm going to ask what everybody did.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I feel like it's Lent.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta give up red meat for
Well, no. It's not. You can't
On
give it up and then go
Sundays, you
back.
can, yeah.
Give me an
Give it
example.
up.
Give me an example, Gabriel. Come on.
Like
giving
using a
up
Brita
paper
filter.
plates.
Yeah, using a Brita filter instead of buying a
water bottle.
48
Wow, I
pack of
didn't even get- There you
Dasani.
go. There's some examples, Chris.
All right, I'm gonna steal one of
can't-
those.
I can't let go of the paper plate.
Yeah, I
like
love
it.
a paper plate.
I like it. I like it.
All right.
4 weeks, and it
4
starts
weeks.
today.
Do it.
4-week eco challenge.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it.
Yeah, nicely done. I like how you twisted that there.
Yeah, that was good, Gabe.
That was very good. It was very good.
We got to start somewhere, right?
Hey,
Can
baby
I
steps.
talk about my coffee real quick? Can I pause and talk about it?
Is it eco-friendly?
It is. Yeah, it is. It's called 4 Sigmatic coffee, and it is ground mushroom coffee. And it basically what it is they grow it in a bed of mushrooms. So the caffeine and the jitters don't, hit you. You don't
Wow.
crash at like 2 p.m. It really helps you focus. It's all organic. It tastes just like regular coffee. I would put it like number 2, right behind Maxwell House. It's like Maxwell House, 4 Sigmatic.
Yikes. Raise your standards.
Kidding. No, it is fantastic. And I am not kidding you. I feel good. My stomach isn't upset. My face starts to clear up. I don't get broken out. I love this coffee. And there's four different brand, or not brands, versions of the coffee flavors. Thank you. But the lion's mane is the one that helps you focus, and there's no crash, no jitters. So that's
Are you
organic.
sure we're talking about coffee here?
Yeah, this sounds like a magic potion.
No, I promise. I promise it's not magic.
Brewing in my
Magic.
cauldron up there.
Double, toil and trouble.
Is there any magic mushroom
There's
flavor?
not. There's not. No,
No
unfortunately.
psychedelic. There's no
Mushroom
psychedelic
beds, they
side
help me focus.
I
Like,
am a fun guy, but there are no actual mushrooms in this coffee.
yikes.
Oh
Don't
man, goodbye guys.
You
I'll see
should,
you later.
Like you should have came on today wearing a tie-dye shirt with a giant smiley face on it. Like
Using the word
Peace and
man. Come
love.
on, man.
Yeah, dude. wait. Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
perfect.
there you go. There you go.
All
right, I'm done.
Aren't mushrooms grown in manure? Isn't that how you grow mushrooms in poo?
Yeah.
So this coffee
In
is,
Who?
well, I was
Poo.
trying to be politically correct.
Wow, that was worse. That was
Who?
brutal.
So is this coffee grown in? Yeah, okay. Just asking, just curious. All right, so what's it called again? We'll give it another plug.
Four Sigmatic. FOUR Sigmatic. Very delicious, guys. I would recommend
Like
it.
rainbow and
It's
sparklies and
it's
unicorns
orange
on
and
it.
brown. It's orange and brown like the Cleveland Browns. You won't ever forget the color of the bag.
All right, well,
I
the rest of
highly
you guys
recommend
can
it.
try that. I'm gonna wait for you guys' reactions before I invest.
That'd be a good 4-week 4-week challenge. You're like, no, I'll pass.
Wow.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So a couple more couple more stats I'll throw at you here. Let's talk water bottles. I mean, we talked organic cotton, things like that. You know, we have lots of stainless steel or reusable water bottles in our line and things like that. And you're starting to see drinkware is obviously a huge category in this industry. Constantly looking for new drinkware items, branded, unbranded, private label, stuff like that. But plastic water bottles, here's a stat for you. The USA throws away more than 60 million plastic water bottles every day.
Crazy.
Which equates to 35 billion empty water bottles a year, of which only 12% are recycled.
Wow.
What? Who's throwing a plastic water bottle in the trash and not recycling it? I mean, it's bad enough that we're using them.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm guilty. I've done it.
I went like that.
Little mop topper hand.
I'm
So-
shocked.
So listen, I was a big fan of the water bottles. My wife went to Costco. I'm like, give me the big thing.
Yeah.
I love them. I love to
Give me the
pull one
40
out of the
pack.
fridge.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. Having said that, in the last year, my daughters, look at them setting trends, got on this whole kick, and they got me one of these for my birthday. I'm back.
There you go. You're back.
They got me one of these for my birthday, and I fill this up several times a day. And the water bottle thing is now a thing of the past. And it took somebody buying it for me for my birthday for me to do it. But I was a water bottle fan. I loved the water bottle, but since gone away from that. So
like a guilty pleasure consumer, right? I'm thinking about it right now. I got a case of those Costco water bottles out by the fridge, and I'm like, I'm gonna go recycle those now. I'm gonna get on that water bottle kick that I'm gonna reuse. But first I need to drink more water in order for that to work. But
Now
that's just a crazy stat.
That
It
is
is a crazy
crazy.
stuff.
insane.
I feel like I'm not going to lie, we still do buy cases of water bottles, but I buy the big, like I'll buy the huge, I don't know what it is, like 2-gallon water thing, with the spout.
Mhm.
And I'll
2.5
use that and refill more so of the single-use water bottle. But the
Wait a
other
minute.
thing that we do that I find a lot of people don't do, they create those water bottles to be crushed so that they also take up, and I can't, like, it always shocks me how many people don't flatten their water bottles.
I don't.
My dad makes that crunching noise, and it used
Yeah.
to just drive me insane. But now I do it.
That's what I mean. That's
Now
why
I
the
do it.
water
Water
bottle
bottles, that's
has
gonna be my
those
goal.
ridges.
That's
There
the
you
go.
before we challenge.
All right, Chris. Pictures are it didn't happen. I want to see a picture of every water bottle crushed.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Can I do a product plug real quick? I didn't get to. I was going to post this on my Instagram. I don't. Do you guys know the style number? The Columbia.
COR 002. Yep.
Okay. I have been
They're stepping
using
up his
this.
prime game.
Thank you. I've been using this water bottle on vacation. Can I tell you, I put ice in it and filled it and then left it overnight, and it was in my beach bag. And the next day I took it out and I was like, ching, 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 ching. Like 24 hours. It still had full ice cubes.
Do
in
you know
it.
why it still had full ice cubes? Come
I'm
on,
sure you're
pop
gonna-
quiz. Maddie knows. Maddie knows.
I know.
School me.
Chris
Because
and
of
Kim.
the double thermal insulation
No,
of
no,
the metal molecular makeup of the.
So double wall's been around for a while, and double wall is decent. It's copper.
Copper line.
It's copper. That's the secret. So
Wow.
Check that
Excellent.
baby out on the website.
it's a great piece, and it does work.
002.
Great.
I
piece.
love
We have
that.
some
Great
of our
colors.
we have built New York. Some of our built pieces they keep ice cold for 72 hours under the right circumstances, but 72 hours you still find a little bit of ice in there, or at least the liquid's still cold after 72 hours. That's probably a better way to say it. So yeah, check them out.
Sustainable water bottles. There we go.
Stop going to Costco and buying those big, huge packs of those 40 packs of water bottles.
Hopefully my wife is listening. You can tell her that.
Baby steps.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Got
Yeah.
to start somewhere, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
Yes.
so I think that's one of the, overwhelming things is, you got to be able to change your habit. Right.
Right.
And if you're not willing to do that, nothing's going to change. But something simple like crushing water bottles, taking up less space, or
And cans.
in cans, or not
Cans.
using water bottles, and things like that might go a long way. Might seem small, but if everybody did it, we could make a big difference. So let's talk a little bit. Should we get to the product spotlight?
Let's do it.
What are we wearing today? I mean, we're talking about sustainability. I think it's fitting to talk about one of our favorite brands in our collection, exclusive to Alpha Broder. Kudos to Abe and his team over at Threadfast.
Red fast.
We are rocking Threadfast today, where they use the Better Cotton Initiative in a lot of their sourcing of cotton. They're using recycled polyester in almost all their products. Now moving forward, I'm wearing the 100A, their CVC t-shirt, which has recycled polyester in it. Absolutely love this piece. Lots of colors, men's, ladies. What are you guys doing?
I'm in the Ultimate Fleece crew neck, the 320C. And I believe this has the sustainably sourced cotton and recycled polyester. Tons of colors. I think there's like 10 colors. And I'm also wearing, wait for it.
Oh, I love those.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I forgot I had these
Black
on.
camel leggings.
Love these.
Love
I'm
them
not kidding
too.
you guys. This outfit, I wear probably 4 times a week. I'm not kidding. I told the other 3 in the party that I slept in this sweatshirt last night, and it's 100% true. And it's been washed 100,000 times, and look at it. Looks like I just bought it
Oh,
yesterday.
beautiful. Like you just pulled it out of the
Flawless.
package.
Just pulled it out of the bag. Yeah.
So I've got on the unisex joggers,
Dude,
Three-
the best
three-
pants.
320p. It also made with recycled poly, organic cotton, things like that. But what I love about them is these joggers. We've all worn sweats, joggers. Put your phone in the pocket. Maybe it's there at the end of the day, maybe it's not. But this has a nice little zippered pocket on the right side that I don't have any other joggers that have a zippered pocket on it. These are the only joggers I have. So you can put your phone in there, put whatever you need in there, zip it up, and it's coming home with you. So very cool.
And are you wearing the hoodie that has the flat front side pockets or kangaroo pouch?
So kangaroo pouch,
Okay.
but it's not thread fast.
Oh, sorry. Well, Threadfast makes a really cool
They
hoodie
do.
that has 2 side pockets instead of your traditional kangaroo pouch, so you could do a full front print. I don't have it with me, but it is one of my favorite hoodies to wear. Chris has everything
There it
readily
is.
available. He must sit in a pile, like a mountain
like
of product,
Mary
and
Poppins.
uses that screen so he can't see it.
That's right.
Um,
That's right. I just go, the 320H, Kim. You're
Yep.
talking about
Yes.
one of my favorite hoodies in the line.
I love it. It is like on par with like, that famous brand that has a cross sleeve hoodie. I think like the weight of it and the consistency, but just really keeping in mind our industry and the printability of it. Everything in Threadfast is tearaway label. I'm wearing the same shirt as Chris.
Yours has a better logo though. No Planet B. I love that.
Love
That's
that.
right. Because they really started this initiative, I guess it's been 2.5 years ago, with the recycled poly and moving forward into their impact collection and continuation of it. So my short story, I'm an evangelist for Threadfast. They gave me the ladies version of this in Vegas, and it says AB Prime on it. It's in my closet and hanging in Florida. I wore it, no lie, once a week from the moment they gave it to me, out on the road, seeing clients. Washed it, obviously, 1,000 times, and it's black. And the ladies' version is a V-neck. And I wear, and whenever a customer would say, "What's your favorite fashion tee right now?" And I'm like, "This one." Because the color of the black, is consistent, hasn't faded. The shape of the shirt is consistent, hasn't shifted at all. It looks like it did the day that Gabe gave it to me. So I'm a true believer. We sell what we like, and I love road testing products, so to speak. So that's one of my go-to whenever anybody asks me, just because the consistency of it is fabulous. So
I couldn't agree more, Kim.
Yep.
I'm a huge fan of road testing product, and then one of my things I do is I'll force it on people. I'll just put it that way. Like I will make you love it as much as I do. Trust me. And the 380p, the new Impact unisex joggers, which I have on right now, the most comfortable joggers. They're using 78. Yep. They're using 78% recycled poly in them. Like every customer I talk to, whether they're a decorator, a PPD, and they're using, well, we've got some school business or some team business. I'm like, I'm sending you these joggers.
Yep.
You got to use these joggers. You're going to sell them. They're fantastic. And I did
they're
that.
Trendy looking too.
They're
very
super trendy.
They look really good.
They're
Yeah.
super trendy.
yeah.
And
same with those
color
the
expansion.
yoga pants.
Yeah, color
Yeah.
expansion coming in the fall, I believe, as well. In both the Impact leggings and the joggers. So
Oh man.
And the other thing about Threadfast as a brand, speaking of the leggings, but you know, the brand itself is so universal. So, you know, Maddie and I are obviously two different shaped women, and I can wear those yoga pants and sleep in them. They're so comfortable. And you know, although she probably wears them in a size small or extra small, but we both, you know, the brand itself is, I think, fitting for different demographics and different ages, sizes. You know, they outfit everybody, and they're always keeping our industry at mind, even though they create product in the retail space, not under the Threadfast brand. I always say, if you've ever bought a T-shirt, you know, at Target, and it says Marvel Comics, you probably own a Threadfast T-shirt. But when they create products for our market space, they're so smart about how they do it. You know, like the denim jacket, which is fabulous, by the way. It has some spandex in it, a little stretch. You know, the button on it says Threadfast, because when he tried to do it blank, it looked funny, but nowhere else does it say Threadfast. You know, it has that traditional leather patch in the back that you can private label and make it look like your traditional, dare I say, you know, Levi's denim jacket. So just really smartly made product for our industry and at the forefront of sustainability.
Just one of our favorites. Kudos to those guys over there, and keep doing what you're doing. We love it. You know, we've got multiple brands in the portfolio at Alpha Broder that, you know, boast, you know, eco-conscious and sustainability and recycled poly and things like that. So, you know, great topic. I think obviously one that's on the tip of everybody's tongue. Everybody's thinking about it moving forward more and more every day. I've enjoyed this conversation here on sustainability. Do we have an OG question of the week?
OG question of the week.
We could. So, OG question of the week. So I've been thinking a lot lately about my brand, you know, as a salesperson in this industry, and dare I say, my legacy, because I keep reading articles about, you know, people who've been in the industry a long time, and you know, there's a lot of names out there that everybody knows. And then, you know, traditionally more territorial, you know, people because you were in a certain geography. But, you know, outside of the company having its brand and product having its brand, we each have our own brand. So I've been thinking about what my brand is and what I want my, you know, kind of legacy to be. Say you step out of the industry tomorrow. What do you want people to remember you for or as?
Ooh.
You go first.
Or
yeah.
Or my other question was, what was your favorite restaurant as a kid?
Two different extremes.
Save that one for next week.
Yeah.
So I think that my brand is one of, you know, a knowledge-based, friendly relationship. You know, I partner really with my clients. So, you know, I understand that their success or our successes are shared, and that I have a vested interest in them and their business. And so I ask people, you know, give me adjectives to describe who I am to you. And, you know, and I'm happy to hear what they come back. A lot of it, you know, is friendly. It's, I'm friendly, I'm bubbly, I'm smiley, I'm always happy, which my family laughs about. But
that's the 9 to 5, Kim.
But too, that I'm knowledgeable and I, you know, tend to go above and beyond and all of that. So I would hope that my legacy is that I've helped people grow their business and that they felt like I was always part of their team and there to support their success, you know, which in turn supports my own.
Well said.
Wow.
That was great, Kim.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I remember the ground round as a kid. You used to eat peanuts and throw
I
them on the floor. Do you remember
still-
that restaurant?
I still eat at a ground round in
No.
Winona, Minnesota.
Is it the last one?
Maybe, but
I
think-
loved Ruby Tuesdays.
ooh,
The
there aren't many
salad
of those
bar.
left.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
with
they're
the
going away.
pumpernickel croutons. Oh my God.
Sizzler.
You get a-
Sizzler.
Sizzler. You guys have a
I remember Sizzler.
thank you.
I don't remember.
Somebody help
I
me
don't
out here.
remember going there, but I remember Sizzler. Sizzler, and there was another one like Ponderosa or something.
Oh, Ponderosa.
Oh yeah,
was the bomb.
Ponderosa.
Never heard of half of the stuff you guys are naming. A ground round, isn't that meat you buy at the store? My dad would say to my mom, pick up some ground round.
That'd be ground chuck. Yep.
That's how I know it. There's a restaurant.
I would say, Kim, I think your answer to that question is fantastic, and I think that's what we should all probably strive to be.
Right.
For a
Mhm.
legacy. I would say mine real quick, just to keep it short. Memorable. It's one of the things that always kind of comes back for me is I'll run into customers or at shows, and if somebody's new with somebody else, they'd be like, oh, like you got to meet this guy, like you're never going to forget him, like he's funny, he's always helpful, hopefully, but being memorable, I'm always kind of the person in the room who, if it's too quiet, nah, not for long, I'll stand up and do something different. So, and I think
That's
that
a good one.
it's a good quality. So
I think mine is a friend, and I use that word intentionally, more than just friendly, but a friend. I think I have a way with customers that we relate, and they feel that we're friends. I get text messages, outside of work, and many of them have become really good friends. But I think I as I go into each of the offices I go into, it's more of a relaxed, a buddy's coming in. So I think that's how, again, to keep it short, I think that's how clients will remember me, and that's how I'm known here on the West Coast, as a friend. So
love it.
I had a customer say this to me. I was fresh in the industry, and he said, the industry is built on relationships, and I learned that very early on. And he said to me, we want you to be our friend. And if you can't be our friend, just be our supplier. So I really took that, and Gabe, I agree with you. I want to be everybody's friend. I don't want to go into a meeting and anybody be uptight. But I think people will remember me as the wacky, small but mighty one, and I'm okay with being remembered as wacky. little funky.
that's how I'm going to remember you.
Yeah, fun and
Wacky,
funky.
small but mighty.
Small but mighty. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Always on edge. Yeah.
with her mushroom coffee,
mushroom coffee.
organic,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Well, excellent question. Save that restaurant one or something else for next week. We're gonna talk next week a little bit on trends in the hard goods sector. So a little bit more focused on prime line. So bring your ideas there. Thanks for everybody tuning in. It's been episode 20. Next week we can drink. We'll be episode 21. Until next time, it's been another episode of Hot Takes Party of 4. Have a great week, everybody.
Have a good week.